One of the things we're real proud of, last semester, our student athletes had an overall GPA of 3.11. So hopefully you all exceeded that number. And but we're very proud of the fact that we do have some good students who make up our student athletes. One of the important things that I wanted to get across to this group, and it seems like it never seems to sink in with our students, is that all of our students and our faculty and staff get in free to all of our athletic events. The only qualifier for the faculty and staff is that if they want a specific seat in men's basketball, then they have to buy a season ticket. But if they're willing to just come in and sit in what we call a general admissions section, which would be at the ends of the courts, then they can get in free just like the students can. All they have to do, and all you have to do, is show your ID. Another thing that we're proud of that was mentioned in some of the things up here is this community service. Last year, our student athletes contributed over 2,600 hours of community service in the York County area. A lot of different projects by a lot of different squads and students, obviously. I told you something about how many student athletes we have. Out of our 18 sports, we have 13 head coaches because we have a few coaches that double up and coach both men and women. And then, of course, Coach Paxton, who does track and cross country, if you figure it up, he's really doing 6, if you count each one of them separately. So we do have 13 different head coaches, and that includes our head strength and conditioning coach. And our coaches and staff in the athletic department number about 60 different, or a total of 60 staff in the athletic department. We use a lot of student workers as well to help in things like game management, facility management, and marketing and promotions and so on. If you come to some of our basketball games particularly, or even soccer, where you have a halftime, you'll see some students out on the court or on the field during emotional activities with the crowd and so on. Just to give you an idea, I don't know how familiar you are with athletic departments. The areas that we work in within athletics involve a lot of different specialization areas, if you will. Facilities, operations, marketing, promotions, business services and activities, sports information, which is things like statistics and journalism, athletic training, academic support services, NCAA compliance, student development services, which is where our community service comes in, strength and conditioning, our booster club organization, and ticketing services. So we have people that work in all of those different areas that make up the athletic department. And we're mostly all located in the Coliseum down Eden Terrace. Hopefully you've all been there a few times by now. We have a few of our coaches that are not located in the Coliseum. The tennis coaches are located at the tennis facility, the baseball coaches at the baseball facility, and the softball coaches at the softball facility. But everybody else is located in the Coliseum. We are a year-round operation. Most people think, well, you're just there during the school year, don't do anything in the summertime. But we are a year-round operation because we have a lot of events that we host. In addition to summer camps, we have a lot of summer sports camps. But we host other types of events throughout the year. People come in and rent the Coliseum or rent different rooms in the Coliseum or some of our field areas or so on for different types of whatever event they're looking to have. And so we do that as well. We have something that we host pretty much every week, whether it's one of our events or an outside event. So our facilities and operations people really put in a lot of particularly during times when you might think that we're down, like Christmas, for instance, from exam period on through New Year's. We've had times when pretty much the only days that our facilities people had off was Christmas Day and maybe the day after Christmas. So we have a pretty dedicated group of employees that work in the athletic department. How about this one? Which team do you think has won the most conference championships out of all of our teams that we were talking about a while ago?
Baseball.
I heard it.
Tennis.
Women's tennis, right. They have been the most successful program that we've had here at Winthrop for a number of years. And their coach is, I think, about the only person in the athletic department that's been here longer than I have. But Coach Cavallo obviously does a great job. The women's tennis team has actually won 14 championships. I think it's since like 94 or something like that. It's a pretty incredible string. Any guess, out of all the teams, how many championships do you think we might have won since the year 2000? Any stabs? I know you don't know, but what's a guess? If women's tennis has won 14, but now some of those were before 2000. What do you say? Not yet. No, not quite. But more. Anybody else?
Are we in the teens?
No.
12. 36.
36 exactly. How did you do that? And coming from somebody who thought we had swimming too, right? In your defense, we have been talking about swimming for a few years, but about a year and a half ago, we decided to go towards women's lacrosse instead of women's swimming. So you might have heard that and thought that we had put it in. I had a call the other day, somebody thought we had it. At preview day, actually, last week or week before last, lady came up and said, "You've got women's swimming, right?" I said, "I'm afraid not." She said, "Well, they told me you did." I'm sorry.